Wife thinks my daughter isn't mine due to a fling she had. Turns out my son isn't mine, but my daughter is. She is still begging me. I'm a 43-year-old guy, and honestly, I feel like my life is falling apart. My wife is 41, and we have 2 kids. A 15-year-old son and a 12-year-old daughter. I really love being a dad and have a great bond with both of them, but my daughter is like my little buddy. We just click so well, and it's amazing how much we have in common. My son looks a bit like both of us, but he definitely takes after me more. On the other hand, my daughter is a mini version of my wife. Looking at old photos of my wife, they could totally pass for twins. Now, here's the thing. Last night, while my wife and I were out grocery shopping, she suddenly went pale and started shaking. I was really worried. After about 20 minutes, she calmed down, but she wouldn't talk to me or even look my way. Finally, when we got to the car, I asked her what was up. She opened up about a possibility that our daughter might not be biologically mine. Apparently, when she got pregnant with our daughter, she was on a work trip. On her last night there, she ran into an old high school friend and they ended up having a drunken fling. Now, with the timing, there's a chance that the daughter I've been raising for 12 years isn't actually mine. That guy she saw in the store is the reason she freaked out. I'm getting a paternity test ASAP, and to be honest, I haven't been able to look at my daughter since I found out. My wife and I haven't really talked much since I told her about the test. I'm just in total shock right now. No matter what happens, don't pull away from your daughter. You're still her dad, and you've been there for her all along. You've built a strong bond and a wonderful father-daughter relationship that means the world to both of you. If you start distancing yourself now, it'll really hurt her, especially since she loves you so much. Withdrawing your affection will leave her feeling abandoned, thinking that you don't love her anymore just because of some DNA test. That's a heavy burden for a child to carry, and it could lead her to feel worthless and betrayed. Remember, her love for you doesn't change, but your actions could damage your connection. It's crucial to talk to a therapist before the situation affects her too. Don't hesitate. This is tough to navigate, but you need to accept that she's your daughter no matter what the paternity results say. Your issues lie with your wife, not with your precious girl. Sure, she's 12 now, but she'll always be your little girl, the same one you've loved and cared for since you knew she was coming. I have both biological and non-biological kids in my life, and honestly, the love I have for them is the same. Don't let this situation ruin what you have with her, it doesn't have to end that way. Hey everyone, it's been a minute since my last update. Life has been super crazy. For those who missed my first post, I discovered my wife had cheated on me, and there was a possibility that my daughter wasn't actually mine due to the timing of her affair. We quickly got a paternity test for both kids. I made sure to explain to them why we needed to do this, emphasizing that it wouldn't change how I feel about them, since I've raised them and love them deeply. When the results came in, I was totally blindsided. My daughter, who I thought might not be mine, turned out to be my biological child. But then I found out that my son isn't actually my son. I confronted my soon-to-be ex-wife, and it turns out she had a brief affair with my brother. I was completely shocked. She claimed it was just a one-time thing before she got pregnant with my daughter, but now I'm realizing that my son is actually my nephew. I've since asked her to move out. My son chose to stay with his mom and hasn't reached out to me, which I get is a lot for a 15-year-old to process. I've been texting him to remind him that I love him and that he'll always be my son in my heart because I raised him. My daughter is still living with me. We're both in therapy trying to navigate this mess. I've been trying to get in touch with my ex to get our son into therapy too, but she hasn't responded to any of my calls or texts. Story 2. Am I that bad of a wife? We were so in love. You did everything right, made me feel safe and loved. We made plans that reached infinity and beyond. We were so excited to find out we were having twins. A boy and a girl. All I ever wanted was to be a wife and mother. We got lucky and were able to buy a house right up the street from your parents. Your mom came over often to help with the babies. She was wonderful. Emma and Sam grew so fast and you were the best daddy. You helped with everything and never forgot to tell me how beautiful I was. We talked about going to Italy, a place I always wanted to go to. You told me how lucky you were to be married to me. I cooked your favorite dinner, lasagna and garlic bread. I loved my family. You finished college and got a better job, I was so proud. Then your mom passed and you shut down. You started pulling away. Work was taking you out of town a lot. I wanted to come on those trips but never got a chance, the kids kept me busy. They were literally going in two directions. I tried to keep it together, but you pulled away. When the kids turned 10 your father passed away. We were all devastated. You didn't come home. My sister came to town and we took the kids out for the day. She asked me if I thought you were cheating. I said no. He hates cheaters. I was so naive, still doing your laundry, still cooking your favorite food, still trying to ask what was wrong, you didn't kiss me, you didn't tell me how beautiful I was anymore. I came home to a note on the counter. Your clothes and computer were gone. You had moved into your dad's house. You asked for space. I gave it. Weeks went by with no word except, please. Give me space. To mourn. I decided to go check on you, I was worried. There were many cars parked out front, it looked like a party. I could hear laughing in the backyard. I peeked over the fence and it was a gender reveal party. There you stood, with some short dumpy blonde. Laughing and popping a balloon. It's a girl. Then she saw me and screamed and pointed, get the fuck out of here. Everyone looked at me, the anger in your face was horrific. I ran to my car but you caught me. Everyone consoled her for ruining her party while you cussed me out. I couldn't believe this was happening. Your dad left you a lot of money, she started driving by in a brand new Range Rover. She would scream at me and honk 3 or 4 times a day. Every time she went by. I started getting harassing text messages telling me to go hell. I changed my phone number several times. I did not feel safe. Then the video she posted on TikTok of the gender reveal went viral and you both got fired. She blamed me, sent me rapid-fire harassing messages all day long. I came out of the store and someone had keyed bitch into the side of my car in huge letters. I broke down. My brother came and served you divorce papers. He said she grabbed them and threw them around the yard while you stood there not knowing what to say. You and him had been close at one time. My sister did my hair for court and my brother represented me. You brought her. I was shocked that this vile ugly person killed my marriage and when she smirked and laughed in court the judge threw her out of the room. She blamed me. The harassment grew and the kids went to visit weekly. They hated her. She smoked and drank and loved to spend your dad's money. She tells my kids, you never loved me. Then the kid said she lost the baby. Secretly I was glad. I cried when they said you took her on a trip to Italy. I couldn't believe it. When you got back, we heard that she was arrested for using drugs. Fentanyl had caused her to lose your child. She wrecked the Range Rover. You kicked her out. Weeks went by, you sent me a text that said hey. I did not answer so you came to the door. I didn't want to talk, but I listened. You were sorry, you had lost both parents and she was there for you. I was too busy with the kids, the house, the laundry. She pursued you, you were weak. You still love me, you never really loved her like you love me. I asked if I was that bad of a wife. You said no. Then the kids came home, Emma saw my face and screamed at you. Sam simply opened the door and told you to leave. They were 14. My family helped me sell the house and we moved closer to my brother, near the beach. We all love it here. I got a job and have made some new friends. I don't plan on dating for a long time. Update. Many voiced concerns that I did not stick up for myself. It's probably true, but her actions did meet consequences. My kids are the best. I did not know these things until much later. They knew I would not have approved. For Christmas their dad got them fancy expensive drones. The kind that can go long distances and actually carry things. The kids took it upon themselves to egg her new car in the middle of the night by dropping eggs from their drones. Another time, they found out she was deathly afraid of snakes, so the twins ordered a bunch of fake ones and dropped them all over the yard and in the pool one night. There were 50 of them by morning. I would have loved to see her face when she came out in the morning and saw that. Of course their dad figured it out and they got grounded. They said it was worth it. The last time we saw her was on their birthday right before we moved. We had a party at a local Mexican restaurant with about 20 kids and parents. The kids wore sombreros and the waiters sang. It was so much fun. When we came out, Emma pointed to a couple fighting near a motorcycle in the parking lot. Honestly, I wouldn't not have recognized her. She looked horrible, in a dirty short dress, tottering in wedged heels. She was screaming at the man and trying to kick him. We all stopped and watched. Then the man literally shoved her hard with both hands. She landed hard against the pavement. It had to hurt. He took off and she took a while to get back up. One shoe had come off and when she saw us she yelled, "I hope you like the show, bitches." Emma, God bless her, starts clapping. Slowly and loudly. Sam joined in. Then we all joined in. It was epic. She looked humiliated and I felt karma for the first time. She picked up her shoe and limped down the alley. I never saw her again. Second update. For those who want to know about the ex. He sold his parents' house and moved to Washington State. We live in California. My brother has handled all visitation scheduling etc. The kids visit several times a year and their relationship has gotten better. He is a good dad. He has expressed many times how regretful he is. They seem to have forgiven him and I am okay with that. He is engaged to a nice woman with children of her own. I have spoken with her over Skype. My kids like her a lot. I am very thankful for this. She has been nothing but kind to me. We have not met in person. He has respected the fact that I never want to see him again. Thank you for watching this video. He has not appeared during any Skype visits while I am present. I post